Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you guys are new to the stream, thank you for joining us. If you've been here a while, thank you for joining us. We're going to be doing Kerbal Space Program today. We're going to be attempting to get from Kerbin to Eve with the satellite, and then we're also going to collect some Kerbals in the meantime while we're doing that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. Joining me on the mic today is Envy, and he'll probably go super silent, or he might talk. Who knows? But
It depends on what Microsoft lets me be here or not.
Microsoft has been mean to him ever since he got the update for the store today. So, here is the probe that I have for Eve. I don't know if my transmission or my satellite dish, honestly, I feel like I need to add a couple more satellites to it because Eve is pretty stinking far away. And I really want to make sure that I can reach that signal. Just gonna add a couple more. Add a couple more relays. I know this thing looks absolutely ridiculous, but I know it's going to work. So, as long as it works, it's not stupid, right? What? What'd you do?
I don't even know.
Is your console still hating you?
Weird just happened. Oh, I see what's going on here. There's a breach.
Oh, is there a security breach so they broke down all the stores?
No. In Atlas Fallen, you'll find that these creatures that show up in your game, they're from another dimension. And they call them breaches.
Okay.
Well, when you get to like a large enough breach, it puts you into a breach challenge.
Okay.
Which means you'll have to fight a whole bunch of monsters and destroy the breach. The rewards you get for it are ridiculous. But they're also pretty challenging.
I got a floppy rocket. No, I got a floppy rocket. Slotty-dot flopping everywhere and all around. That's not good. All right. And Envy, you remember how you were talking about me landing a rocket in water? You're talking about me landing the space station or the ground station for the moon in the water, right? It looked like just a conglomerate of blocks. It didn't look like an actual rocket.
Right.
Yeah, so I had made a mistake and I accidentally set off my last stage before I meant to, and so it caused a whole lot of issues for me, and I had to bring it back to Earth. Otherwise I was going to leave my people in space for no reason for a prolonged period of time.
Does that affect them?
No, they don't get hungry, they don't get thirsty or anything like that. You don't have to send cargo supplies to them or anything like that, which would be a cool feature for them to add to the game, but this game is so old. They went to make Kerbal Space Program 2 and they failed to deliver properly or adequately, and so long story short, the game got shut down. There is a new one that's coming out, and it's Kitten Space Agency, and it's along the same lines as Kerbal Space Program, but you get to play as cats instead of aliens. And
well, meow.
I don't know. Meow, sir. I don't know. Hello, Finkel. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. With that being said, I don't know how well their production of the game is going or not, but they are well-known modders in the community of Kerbal Space Program for PC that are building that game.
Interesting.
So I'd be interested to see it. But at the same time, I'm still very happy with the original game from 11 years ago. You just got Kerbal Space Program and you suck at... Hey, you know what? That is fine. This game has such a learning curve. It's not that big of a deal if you're struggling at first. I will give you a tip. If you're going to play the game, at least play it in science mode. At least play it in science mode. And the reason I say at least play it in science mode to start instead of sandbox is because that will allow you to figure out how all the parts work with each other. Because whenever I first started playing this game, I didn't understand that I needed liquid fuel and oxygen and an oxidizer in order for the engines to run. I didn't understand that for an aircraft all I needed was liquid fuel and then I needed air, right? Your problem is that your weight limit right now is 18 tons and you can't get to orbit with that. That's fine. that your weight limit is 18 tons, right? Have you tried upgrading your hangar or your landing pad by simply pressing down on the left stick to bring out your mouse and then clicking X on the launch pad or whatever and then upgrading them? Have you tried upgrading them at all? That will help you with your weight limits. That'll help you with your part cap and everything else. I don't know if you knew that or not. I'm just throwing that out there because the first thing I do before I even start trying to explore space is I build up my money by ferrying tourists suborbitally until I get enough money that I feel I'll be secure in order to continue playing the game in orbit. That's with career mode. If you're in sandbox mode, you can upgrade your entire base with no financial cost. If you're in science mode, it already starts out completely fully upgraded. So, this save that I'm on right now is completely a legit save. Still limits you to 18 tons and 30 parts, huh? Okay. That's size and weight. So your weight comes from your launch pad. Your parts comes from your vehicle assembly building. Are you building your aircraft? Are you building your spacecraft for the launch pad, or are you building it for the runway? Because the runway has its own weight limitations and its own caps. How do you build for the launch? All you have to do is press X over the launch pad once you bring up your mouse, and you can upgrade it. So you click left stick to bring out the mouse. If you hit X on anything, it highlights that and tells you more about that part or component of the game. That's like your select button is X with your mouse out. I just recovered 70,000 off that, so we're good there. I got all those parts, so that's good. Now, using vertical decouplers that'll break off is great. That's what you're supposed to do in order to get to higher altitudes, right? So you build your base of your rocket real big and robust with a lot of thrust pushing down against the earth, and then as you get higher it runs out of fuel and you break off and you continue going with your smaller rocket, and then once that one runs out of fuel you break off and then you keep going to leave the atmosphere and go into orbit of Kerbin. It takes approximately 3,000 to 3,500 delta V. Delta V is your meters per second over here, identified with each one of these specific components, okay? Now, let's see here. Eve is my target. If I am coming inward, then it needs to start behind me to catch me. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure... Okay. Actually pretty close on the dot there. Okay. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry. How do I set up my rocket to launch pad and not the runway? Okay, so if you are in the vehicle assembly bay, hold on one second. Let me do this. I hope that doesn't delete my waypoint. Give me 1 second, I'll show you. I'll show you the basics of how to go back and forth between your vehicle assembly and all that stuff, okay? So if you're in your spaceplane hangar and that's where you've chosen to start building your build, in the top of your screen there is a little aircraft symbol, switch editor right here. If you click on that, it'll bring you over to the actual rocket hangar. Okay? When you launch from the rocket hangar, whenever you click launch, it instantly puts you out on the launch pad out here. If you are in the space plane hangar and you press launch, it'll put you on the runway out here. Okay? So you have to make sure that you're in the vehicle assembly bay, the VAB, in order to build your rocket so you can actually go on to the launch pad and actually launch. Now, let me get back to my aircraft so I can send myself to Eve. I wish you would have been here about like 5 minutes earlier because I had just sent something to space. And I'll be sending something to space and doing little missions to kind of show you how I handle certain things in the game as well in a little bit once I get this set on its path. Once I get this set on its path, I have like a year in game to mess around and try and catch Kerbals from space, and I can talk to you as much as I want. Let me just do this little bit, this little burn out of the atmosphere, so that way I can kind of get myself oriented to where I need to be. Won't take me but a couple of minutes, and then I can explain more about the basics of the game. Overshot. This away while I'm at it. Okay. Go ahead and open these guys up so I can start getting battery flow. Perfect. Okay. Let me just take a peek-see. Turn this off. Nice. So my next maneuver node is going to be here. And it will be slide adjustment this way. Perfect. That's not a slight adjustment, but that's a slight adjustment. It'd be alright. That's a slight adjustment. It'd be fine. We're gonna get there. It's all good. We're gonna make it. But there's that. So my next maneuver node is in 145 days. I got plenty of time in game to do what I need to do now. I just had to get that started launching in the appropriate direction. So, Space Center. Yay! That's back on track now. So around day 220, I need to go look at it. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So going to the VAB. Obviously, how far along have you actually launched a rocket to space? Actually, let me actually go do a mission. Let's pick orbital 4. Okay. With orbital 4, okay. So this is not one of my, this is one of my earlier rockets. This is here. I will show you. Oh, hold on. Don't save. Okay. So this is my first rocket in the game. Okay. This is it. This is my first rocket in the game. After this rocket, I now have this rocket that I had built. Okay. This rocket can get to suborbital launch. So I believe that this rocket can get suborbital, if I'm not mistaken. If I launch it straight up, it can make it to suborbit. It's not going to make it orbital, but it can make it suborbital. Okay. Now. Cool. So, you see me opening up the menus down in the bottom right-hand corner. That helps you determine your thrust to weight ratio. This one right here. I like to keep it between 1.1 and 1.2, unless I'm in the bigger rockets and I don't have to worry about fuel. For this one, I'm going to keep it right around 1.1 to 1.2. And what that'll do is that'll allow me to get up into the atmosphere, okay, in a fuel efficient manner. If you want a little bit less fuel efficient but a little bit faster, you can let it get up to like 1.2, 1.3. Okay, if you click this very bottom one that says maneuver node and open it up, it tells you how high your rocket will go at its maximum peak right there. Hold left bumper and press up and down on the D-pad simultaneously. So left bumper, up, down. But it has to be a rocket with adjustable thrust. It cannot be an engine that's a booster. This is an engine that has actual thrust adjustment. But as you can see, I'm already at 20,000 and I still have 800 left, right? And I can really burn this thing out for another minute if I wanted to, just by adjusting the thrust down. Okay? Yeah. So there's the controls are something that you just have to get used to, unfortunately. But like I was saying, between 1.1 and 1.2 is your most efficient fuel usage, right? With this rocket, with one engine and 360 liquid fuel and 440 oxidizer, I've made it a little over halfway to suborbital. So I was 15,000 meters from suborbital at the peak. It doesn't take a whole lot to get there. Like I said, it takes about 2,000 to 2,200 delta V to get to suborbital, and then it takes like about $3,000 to get actual orbital, a solid orbital. I'm streaming. Sorry, my wife's in the room hanging out. She's going to sleep. Okay. I'm talking to people that are watching. And Envy. Envy's on the mic, of course, like always. Realistically, I should have this split into 3 sections, so I'm just going to split that real quick. That way I can pop the chute. I'm going to land in water, and I'm probably going to land really hard. So, this is the first rocket I ever built on this save. But that was a good placement for me to show you kind of how the game runs, right? Oh, okay. I'm safe. We're good. I'll land perfectly fine. Just gonna go ahead and jettison that, give myself a little less weight. Hit that water at 5 meters a second. That's a good speed. Shouldn't break anything. I like to normally be below 5 meters a second, but sometimes you can't help it. But there you go. Like, that's taking off and landing 101, right? Now, once you start getting into stages, that's whenever you start getting into the bigger rockets. So this is the third rocket I built. No, that's not the third rocket I built. That's just something else. Hold on. That is the third rocket I built, but that was for something else. That was for a mission. This was my first orbital rocket I built. I accidentally dialed you. I meant to dial Envy. You okay, hon? You going back to sleep, baby?
Oh, trying to figure out why you're not playing Far Cry.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You should probably go back to sleep. If you can. But yeah, so this is the rocket that I built. This was my first orbital rocket. And not only was this my first orbital rocket, but it was the first rocket that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I was rescuing Kerbals with. I think I was rescuing like 3 or 4 at a time. And then as you open up more stuff... Oh, hold on. Before I go any more into rockets, right? Let me go to airplanes real quick. One of the very first things that you should be doing in your game, especially if you're on science mode, right? Build yourself just a small airplane. Doesn't even have to have wings, okay? It doesn't even have to have wings. Just build yourself a small, like, craft with as much... that's not actually what I think I used an actual airplane on this save. I think that this was my first airplane that I built on this save. Build yourself a small airplane. Make sure that you have a... It doesn't have to be an airplane, but just a small craft, right? That you can drive around using liquid fuel engines, okay? And what you want to do is you want to put Jebediah in there and you want to put Bob in there, okay? Then after that, you want to just drive around each complex in the Kerbal Space Center and collect science from each area. Each area is considered its own biome. So that'll help you out a lot. Hi Kumel. Welcome to the stream, bud. So each one of those is its own biome. So you can collect science here, and as you can see by collecting the science, it says from runway, right? I'm gonna reset it, but normally what I would have to do in order, you know what, I'm just gonna show you all out. So for the mystery goo container, because the experiment gets ruined whenever you collect it, you can EVA your scientist, you can select the item, and you can reset it. You can collect the data, right? And then you can restore it. And once you restore it, you can board back into the craft. And then you have the science on you. It's inside the craft, and you can collect more science over and over and over again from the same craft. Now, you saw how that said the runway. If I roll over here just a little bit this way, just a little bit, right? Just get a little bit off of the runway, and I stop, and I do the same thing. Observe mystery goo container. Now you see it says from KSC. Each biome on Earth gives different science for each thing. I've already collected the science. That's the reason why it's saying 0. Okay? But if I was collecting the science from somewhere I haven't been, then it would give me the full amount of science that I deserve off of it. Yes, I am talking to someone on Twitch, Kumel. Sorry. They're just bought the game. They're trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to show them, and hopefully they'll just remember the stream tag, come back to the stream if they ever need help, and I can explain the basics of the game to him. But so that's how I go around, and I think it's like you can get like 300-400 science from just doing that alone. You can, so take your rocket. Here you go. You know what? I'll show you. I show instead of telling. If you don't have any wheels, you can do this as well. You can go and bring your, you notice that my craft had 3 canisters on it. So if I open my original craft, you see that it has 3 canisters on it. One was for on the launch pad, one was for low atmosphere above the launch pad, and then the other one was for high atmosphere above the launch pad. So if I take this guy and I launch it, and you use a scientist, you actually get more science out of it. So normally I just kind of struggle this first flight, and I use a scientist and I launch it myself, just using this, because I think it gives you a little bit more percentage having a scientist on board, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. I could be wrong. But I'll put this rocket on the launch pad. I will grab mystery goo, and don't forget about your crew report too, so you can do observe mystery goo. Yay, there's goo. I get 0.2 science because I've already observed this, right? It says launch pad right there. I keep the experiment. I can go in here and I can go click on this portion, which is the command module, and if you scroll down, you see crew report. You can grab a crew report while you're at it from the launch pad, and then you can also keep that. And then what you can do is launch, and as you're in flight, just grab it, observe the mystery goo container, and it'll say while flying at Kerbin. And you keep the experiment, and then you wait until you get as high as it could possibly go. Now it's a little higher. I don't think that this one's going to get quite high enough, but if you observe it at the height, at its highest point, it should give you a different one as well. Okay, so it's still while flying, so I'm going to reset it. And then once I land, I'm not going to land on the launch pad. I'm going to land somewhere else. Then you can collect science from there as well. Okay, so I just happened to land on the space crawler walk portion. If I click this and I open it, it'll show you on the crawler way. You see what I'm saying? By each one of these areas have a science that you can collect from them, which I have 0.02 science I can collect. So might as well do that and recover the vessel. Once you recover the vessel, you get all your science. But you'll get like 7-8 science just off of one mystery goo container and one crew report. And then you do that times 3, whatever. You just keep doing it over and over again. You don't need a you don't have to have wheels to do this. Once you get enough science, though, you can go in here, and I think the very first wheels is right right there's your very first wheels. Aviation. That's your very first set of wheels right there. So me personally, I will unlock this one, the science, this one, and then that one. That's my path that I start with. And then after that, I will unlock this one and get more science. And then I'll unlock that one and get more science by just driving around the KSC. And then after that, I can start unlocking the rest of it. That's how I do it. And then after that, I'll go to suborbital. Once I go suborbital, you get a bunch of tourism missions to go suborbital with tourists. And so what I do at that point is I build basically a space plane that has boosters on it that can make it to suborbital flight. And I fly however many Kerbins or Kerbals to space. So here's the plane when it's all said and done. Like, granted, it goes through phases. It starts out smaller, less Kerbals, and then I slowly build it into this big monstrosity. Okay? With this, I can make it to suborbital flight, and I can return back to the planet with one pilot and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 tourists. Each tourist pays out, so paying wise, I'm sorry, you don't have to do this because you're not doing career, but if you were doing career, this is something that I do to get money. Okay? You can transport 16 tourists up to space. Each one of them is between, I think, 20 and 40K a pop just to go suborbital. And then you land the craft back down, and the craft itself costs 40K, so one Kerbal will pay off the craft. And whenever you land, you're recovering the craft, so you're recovering probably 20K, between 12 and 20K, about half of your profit. So realistically, I can make buku dollars off of that, and that's how I upgrade my entire system before I even try to go orbital. Is this helping you at all, Finkel? Hopefully it is. Hopefully this is helping you.
His name is Finkel?
Yeah, his name is Finkel. Like Finkel from Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yeah, that's not what I thought you said earlier.
Yeah.
Sounded like you said fecal.
Oh, no. It's Finkel.
I'm pretty sure you called him fecal earlier.
I said Finkel. I can read. You turd.
I'm just saying that's what I heard. That's what I heard earlier. I'm not saying that's what you said. I'm just saying that's what I heard.
Alright. Now that I can revamp this guy. Let's go ahead and revamp this guy. Let me add some unnecessary stuff. Okay. Nice. Let's go ahead and grab these. up a little bit. There we go. And I think that's all the upgrades I really need to do. Alright. I am going to do another set of upgrades. Boop. I'm going to make it cheaper on myself to go get these Kerbals by utilizing this assembly, which I'm pretty sure I could just make it suborbital with no issues on that. How much does that weigh? That weighs 43 tons. Okay. How much does my actual payload weigh? Actually, I'm pretty sure I can just get rid of this altogether. Nope. Not what I meant to do. Pretty sure I can get rid of that. Okay. All right. Nope. That. I can put this back on there. I can get rid of all this. And I can put this back up there. And plenty enough delta V. Okay. Rename the craft to Orbital 5. Save the craft, and we're going to launch the craft. Alright, so this is how you actually get to orbit in this game. There's a thing called a gravity turn. So, with that being said, I'm going to open up these stats so that you can see them, right? All these stats, you can see all of them. I'm going to open up this maneuver node so that you can see where I'm trying to go for my apoapsis. Okay. This shows me I'm at a weight to thrust ratio, or thrust to weight ratio of 1.55. I'm gonna cut my throttle just a little bit, or actually I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna sit right about here because that should put me out. I'm gonna sit between 1.2 and 1.3 for this entire takeoff. And we're gonna wait till I hit 10K on the rocket, 10K meters above sea level on the rocket before we start tilting. Personally, I like to do that. Other people will start tilting earlier, but because of what I do with this rocket, where I actually recover the booster itself so I can save money, I have to get this entire stage to orbit, or a suborbital trajectory, before I even make it all the way. Like, I have to get there on a single stage. So I'm at 10K, you can see I'm starting to lean over. This is actually working out really well. So at 30K, I like to be about 60, and I will slowly bring it down. Yeah. That satellite's already sent into space and it's already on its way to Eve. So I'm at 50. I'm going to drop myself down even lower. Or I'm at 40,000 meters. I'm going to drop down to about 40 degrees. I do have to make it to suborbital. Like, if I don't make it to suborbital, I got problems. Okay, we are suborbital. So now that I'm actually suborbital, I'm going to lay it all the way over. See, unlike normal, I would normally try and conserve my energy until I get out of orbit, but I have to start building up my speed quickly on this one, because I gotta swap back to the other one to save it. Otherwise, I would be saving my energy right here. I would be saving the amount that I'm spending on trying to get in orbit. now I'm about to be in orbit. Look at periapsis. The periapsis is now the same or above 70,000. So now I'm in orbit. Crap. I gotta change the tracking station. Okay. That one. Alright, we're good. Okay. See, but I try to recover my boosters, so... But this is all in the name of preserving money. I'm trying to save the amount of money that I'm spending. So, by doing this, I'm saving 70,000 on the rocket, which costs me on average 100 to 200,000, sometimes upwards of 250,000 to build. Okay. Yeah, it was right when the stream started that I sent the satellite to Eve. Or started sending the satellite to Eve. All in the name of saving money. It's the only reason why I do that. See, I just saved 77,000 by recovering that entire portion of the rocket. Normally that rocket would cost me... I'm waiting for it to pop up. Normally that rocket would cost me about... Normally it cost me 168 to fly it. And then whatever I recover from the top portion of the rocket, the payload, whatever I recover from the payload, I would get paid back, which is normally like 10, 20,000. With what I'm doing, where I'm getting the entire booster back on the off the bottom, I am saving over half, or a little under half, the amount that this rocket would cost normally. That's why I do it. Now I'm gonna have to go through the tracking station and actually mess with some stuff. So just give me a second. Okay, there's an unknown object in. Okay. I know I need to rescue him. Broslow's heap. Roslo has already been rescued. I can terminate that heap. Kazu has not been. Leeser has not been. The top has not been. Nefert has not been. Cyril. Or sorry. Nelrai. I'm not seeing Nelrai at all. So they've already been rescued. Wilrick. Wilrick has been rescued. Erie has not. Adtray. Has been rescued. Cyril has not. Yeah, Cyril has not. Terminate that. We can terminate that. We can terminate that. Satellite is fine. Terminate that. That one is okay. Delete that. This one's the one that's going to Eve. God, I hope I have enough of a relay for that thing to communicate forever. I'm gonna have to add so many satellites to something, or so many. All right, anyway, sat ship debris. We can terminate that one. And orbital 5 is the last thing. That being said, I'm gonna turn off that. I'm gonna turn off that. And should be good. Oh, cancel. Orbital. All right. Alright. Cool. Now, if you have no idea how to dock or get aircrafts close to each other, this is how you do it right here. So I am here, and I am trying to link up with this one here. This is the easiest way to do it. It requires a lot more fuel. So I'm gonna burn at this point. And it's gonna put me right in the proximity of where it's at, right? I built the maneuver node, I pushed it out a little bit, waited for it to come back. We're good. Now, I'm gonna follow this all the way around. As I'm coming around, should be coming around the mountain when she comes. What ends up happening is because I made such a bigger orbit, just based off that little bit of movement forward, I made my orbit so much bigger that it allowed for the one that's in place to catch up. And it'll allow me to end up going out, around, and coming and meeting up with them. Oh. That's not good. I pressed the wrong button. Did it mess me up that bad? Not really. We're good. Either way. Now that we're coming in on this backside, this is where we do cleanup. And how I do cleanup is I look for, on the nav ball, I look for retrograde, because I am moving faster than him, right? I'm looking for retrograde. There it is. And then I'm going to look for the pink. Where is the pink? Where is the pink? Which is actually my target. There's the pink. So what I need to do is I need to move this retrograde to this target point. And how I'm going to do that is by going on the outside of this point and burning a little bit right here. Doing a little bit of a burn, getting it closer, and then as it's getting closer, you can see I am actually getting closer to intercepting it. As I keep burning, I keep moving it closer and closer. Eventually it'll get to a point where it has to actually, or it'll start increasing, and that's when you just cut off the engine. You wait till you get a little closer. Alright. Wait until we get a little closer. Okay. Do the same thing again. And all I'm doing is I'm just pushing that yellow toward the pink. Now we're getting real close. It's almost overlapping itself now. As I keep doing that, our intercept is going to be a little bit closer and closer and closer until finally it just happens. And boom. I'm literally going to come within 100 meters of that part that is stuck in space. And that's going to allow me to essentially grab whoever I want out of it. This is how I rescue the Kerbals from space. At this point, I'm gonna hop out. I know he's over here somewhere. Where is he? There he is. At this point, I can hop out. I can actually hop over here. I can make him hop out. With him hopped out like that, I can turn on his RCS thrusters. I can click on that. I am moving at 30 meters a second-ish toward the spaceship at this point. I don't even have to move. I just know that I'm going to be there, right? Once I get close enough to it, I need to start slowing down while maintaining this dot inside of that pink. Now I'm coming in at 8 meters a second. As you can see, I'm pretty much going to smack dab hit it because I'm on a collision course with it in space at this point. There it is. And now I can kind of take control of my guy a little bit. Just kind of bounce around. And now he is safe. Boom. And then I can now forget about that target and I can move on to the next one, which is this one right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'll put in a maneuver node right here. Add a maneuver node. May increase it just a little bit of speed. That way it matches up. Just like that. Then I'm going to turn off the maneuver node, and you can see I come within 3.8 meters of that piece of trash that's floating in space. And I'm going to go rescue a Kerbal out of that one too. I'm just waiting to get close enough to it to actually do my burn. Alright. There we go. Do this burn. Go. And now I just wait. Fast forward a little bit. We're going to go around the planet, come back, and I will be meeting up with that piece of wreckage for a very minimal amount of fuel. A very minimal amount of fuel. There is a way to do this where you actually use less fuel. I don't like doing it that way because it takes a lot longer to do. As you can see, there it is. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this. And I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna push that yellow toward the pink. Oh. Just gonna Alright, keep pushing that yellow toward the pink. And we are starting to increase, so that means that I need to wait a little longer. Now I'm going to move over here. I'm going to do the same thing again. Push the pink toward the yellow a little bit on this side. Just give myself a little bit more speed because my speed is pretty low. Let's just speed it up a little bit more. There we go. Boom. I don't ever want to accidentally hit one of these, but I do want to make sure that I am putting myself in the path. There we go. And just like that. And we did it. Got another one. Here's the next one to grab. It is all the way over here. Okay. Boom. $29 meters a second. That's it. That's all she wrote. 29 meters a second. That's all I need. All right. Go. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. Actually, is not good. Wait till we get a little closer. That's plenty close enough. Now let me try it. There we go. Perfect. There you are. All right. Ooh. Uh-oh. Get back here. Get back here. That's what I get for playing around. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Alright. Oh. Ouch. This guy definitely has a headache after that. Oh, come on, stop fighting me. Okay. Is your SAS gonna fix itself? There we go. Thank you, game. Cool. Transfer crew. Well, thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it, man. I don't know why I'm in your recommended either. Do you like Kerbal Space Program? Do you like 7 Days to Die? Do you like City Skylines? Like, I play a lot of different games.
You need somebody who makes you go to sleep.
Huh? Need someone that... You're a turd. No one in there. I just realized that I have not had my solar panels open this entire time.
What are you thinking?
Which is not good. For obvious reasons. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. Back on to the more important question. How do I get to that one? You know what? This is the fuel efficient way of doing this, I think. Let's see how much it moves. What a random stream was about. Well, it's about Kerbal Space Program. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Okay, I need to do just a little bit of orbital prograde. Okay. That way whenever I'm going around here, it'll actually, this next time it'll actually move, because it didn't move at all that last time. Okay. Let's do just a little bit more of that. Okay. I think 2 more times around and I should be perfectly aligned to hit that next target. This was the way that I was telling you about that saves fuel, but it takes longer. I'm not a very patient person, but I'm also trying to get these last 2 Kerbals, or last 3 Kerbals, with the amount of fuel I do have, so... There we go. So 3 times. 3 times and I should be on a on course to run into that dude. Should be 1 more and I'll be really close to... Yeah. Yep. Not this time around, but the next time around I should be intercepting. Shout out to all the viewers on Twitch. Thank you guys for joining. I see that there are 5 of you there.
Nerd fest.
Gotta be a turd. Why you gotta be so rude? Perfect. Meanwhile, my wife is snoring in the background. Perfect. Alright. Sorry guys, I'm super focused right now. Okay. Second, who have I not captured? Have a pilot on the pilot. Look at that typo. Anyway, Nanfert, which is this one, and then the next one is Searles. Okay. So I have 2 more left. This one's gonna take a while. Sorry, guys. Because this taking as long as it's gonna take is still gonna be a lot shorter than me trying to land this one, get another rocket up here just to grab these guys. What in the world is happening right now? Well, thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it, man. There we go. Now we're getting closer. All right. There we go. Perfect. And I'll still have plenty enough to actually be able to come back and stop and go back to Earth. Or back to Kerbin, sorry. Perfect. Oh man, itchy eye. Oh, no. Okay. I'm starting to get a little impatient, and it's showing because I'm getting sloppier. But I'm almost to the last one, and I can land this guy. Thank God. Cyril is the last one, I believe. Cyril is the last one that is in this type of orbit. Then I'm going to have to bring a different type of... I have a different rocket that I will be able to take out to the other one to grab him. Because the other one that I'm going to have to grab is going to be a little bit more ridiculous. Okay. Okay, target is coming around. There we go. Okay, perfect. Do-dooch, do-doo, dooch, do, do-dooch, do-doo, dooch, do. Bum 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 bum. Perfect. And we're coming back in. I'm not trying to land it anywhere in particular. I am bringing it back down to Earth, though. Coming in. There ain't no way I just landed on a mountain by accident. That's not good. Literally one of the worst places to land is a mountain. Okay. I'm curious though, so let me open this real quick. Have I collected data from here yet? I have. Set day. What about this one? I have. Sad day. What about this one? That's a sad day. What about this one? Oh, that's a sad day. What about this one? That's a sad day too. How about an EVA report? That's a sad day. What about a surface sample? Surely I've... Oh. I collected all of them, apparently. Oh well. Boom. Nailed it. Yeah, no. Huh. Ooh, excuse me. No. No. Sure. Sure. No. 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 Oh, the amount of money is so tempting. First things first, I need to go rescue that Kerbal. Excuse me. You know what? We are going to use the Mud Explorer. We are going to use Jebediah. And we're going to go rescue that Kerbal. The one Kerbal. The one Kerbal. It's gonna be so expensive to go try and rescue this dude. If I'd have known what his orbit was, I would have never picked that mission. I'm just saying. Yeah, I gotta go recover a Kerbal from a ship that is just floating around in space, and that's the mission. So I'm just gonna take this guy that I used to explore the mud, and I'm just gonna fly this guy all the way out there. I'm like already all the way out in orbit. Oops. Recover this guy real quick. I feel kind of bad, guys. I know that I keep doing this over and over again with the boosters, but like it really does save me so much money. It's the reason why I'm able to do what I need to do for the game, and I can do it monetarily effectively. I mean, you guys see I have 5 million. Yeah, that's on legit normal money standard in the game. That's no boosted stats. I don't know how many times you could watch me catch this booster over and over again and still enjoy it, to be really honest. It seems like it would just be a boring process to watch. Welcome everybody on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all coming in and watching the video or the stream. Nailed it. Bom 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 ba-dum bum bum ba-dum ba-dum. Okay. I mean, understandable. I appreciate the vote of confidence. All right. There we go. That's just what I needed. Perfect. 1100 fuel. That's crazy amount. Ooh. Rescue this guy all the way out here. I hope his contract's worth some money because I've spent a lot of money to get to him. Perfect. Save game, quick save, save. All right, we're almost there. Oh, well, thank you, Molly Water. I appreciate it. You have a good one, bud. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
You're making fun of me, and I actually meant it because the dude's a German streamer. Turd. I didn't even know you were still on the mic. I thought you fell asleep.
I'm probably not going to be up too much longer.
Yeah.
I have no idea how long this game is, but I've literally spent 11 hours in the very beginning area.
Really?
About to run out of things to do, though.
Yeah. What game are you playing?
Atlas.
Oh. So you actually got your Xbox fully set up and everything now. Now it's actually decided to fully work.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. It's running fine now, apparently.
Okay. I need to...
Say what, I should never play detective games. I'm horrible about finding stuff. I have like 2 things left to do, and I cannot find either one of them.
It is the other way.
I find it so creative how they did the vendors in this game, because the vendors move from area to area all the time. But you can always find them because they fly a kite above them.
Interesting. Ooh.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not worried about this errand I have left to do, but I want this last shard. And I have no idea where it's at. I keep looking around this area, and I've been looking about it for about an hour, and I cannot find it. And they tell me when I'm near them, so that's what's even stranger.
Well, that was different.
There's got to be like some secret area here that I'm not finding.
Ooh, I almost just ran into this, or I almost messed up. There we go. Question is, can I space exit? I touched the ground and it launched me back into the air. What happened? I don't understand. Oh, no, hold on. Let's save. That one. That one's the one I meant to load. No SpaceX this time. I'm just going to land it. And touchdown. Anyway. Boom. Done. Okay. Nope. Oh. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that one. You know what? Let me look at this. Let me look at my contracts real quick. 6 years, 4 years, 4 years, 13 years. I did that though. Interesting. Okay, a satellite, cool. Orbital space station. Alright guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty late. I'm ready to go to bed at this point. I will continue working with the Eve satellites and the other ones that require years of travel. I'll keep working on those over time. I'm not going to fast forward through those. So yes, I know it says the Eve satellite on this one, but that was just the first satellite being sent to Eve. I want to try and keep this as real time as possible so that way I can... Yeah, I'm about to end the stream. I'm about to go to sleep. I am about to go to sleep. But, so in the next stream, I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be trying to complete the missions that are going to be 4 or 5 years missions. The real... the ones with a really short contract. so that way I could start skipping years ahead and complete the other ones. But before I start trying to complete those other ones, I'm going to send a bunch of different ships out, and I'm just going to manage where they're going over time as I'm fast forwarding, so that way I'm not losing out on contracts and the timelines are being met and I'm getting paid. So that's the ultimate goal at the end of this, is to keep myself positive in the money department. Right now, today, I have gained $800,000 since the beginning of the stream. I'm going to continue to try and profit as I am doing the stream, because what I ran into is one of my last streams that I did, I made it to like episode 63 and I ran out of money because I wasn't paying attention to my money. But with that being said, I plan on keeping this one going for a very, very long time. If you guys like the stream, please leave a like. If you're new around here, you want to see more of this content, please subscribe. If you want to know when it comes out, hit that bell and or turn on your notifications. And we will see you all